Welcome to the channel and welcome to 40k Faceoffs. In this face-off we have a dedicated transport special where a Tyrannocyte goes up against a Razorback. Both come in at 6 power level, so yeah, let's see who's facing off against who. So first up, the Tyrannocyte. Can I just say, what an absolutely cool model. I know I say this quite a lot, but this has been painted by a guy called Ed. And it's absolutely fantastic, particularly under here. Like, look at that. Ugh, horrible. But also beautiful at the same time. So the Tyrannocyte basically has guns. It's got 5 Death Spitters on the top. They've got 24-inch range. Assault 3, 1 damage, minus 1 AP. Strength 5. So, you know, it can do some shooting. In terms of moving, it's pretty slow. It's got like a base move of 6 inches, which is, you know, like a Space Marine, basically. I mean, it's a transporter. It's not meant to kill things, though it can kill things. It's also got quite a few attacks in close combat. I think it's got D6 attacks when it's got full wounds, so potentially 6 attacks coming in there. Yeah, it could do some damage in close combat as well as shooting. Full disclosure, the intention of these is they basically drop in behind enemy lines and they squirt out aliens. It's not meant to be like facing off against other units. These are just a bit of fun, just to see what would happen in these hypothetical face-off situations. Next up, we've got the Razorback with las cannons on it, because honestly, if you haven't got las cannons on your Razorback, what are you even doing? This is painted up in my old Space Marine Army colours. It's got no decals on it yet, but anyway, it's got las cannons. What else? It's toughness 7. It's got 10 wounds. The Tyrannocyte has 12 wounds. We'll see how much that comes into account. We'll tell you what. Let's deploy at a kind of typical face-off distance and then roll to see who goes first. So rolling off a first turn, we are going to have purple for the Nids and blue for the Marines. Blue for the Marines, so Marines to go first. I basically placed them here about, what is it, like 20 inches apart maybe, just to kind of get some shooting in at each other, and then the Tyrannocytes basically, I think, needs to get into close combat, so that's what we're going to do. So turn 1, the Razorback is going to sit there. Its twin-linked las cannon is heavy 2, so we're going to be hitting on 3s. Both hit, double 6, wow. Pretty good rolling. So strength 9 with the las cannon, toughness 6 here, so we're looking at 3s to wound. 1 pass, 1 fail. Save on a Tyrannocyte is 4 up. It's got a minus 3 AP, so basically no save for those shots. And the one that got through, it's going to do D6 wounds on the Tyrannocyte. So 3 wounds off, starts on 12, down to 9 wounds. So that's the end of the Space Marine turn 1. Tyrannocyte turn 1. We are going to move up our 6 inches. It's still 6 with 9 wounds. And then do some shooting. So with movement complete, we're going to go on to the Tyranids shooting now. And we have 5 Death Spitters up there, as I just said. And we get 3 shots each, so we're looking at 15 shots. And these hit on 5, so not terrific, but let's have a go. Whoops, rolled 1. There we go. So strength of those guns is 5, which is not terrible, to be honest. Pretty good against personnel and things, I imagine. Toughness 6, so we're looking at 5s to wound. We only got 4 hits, by the way. And one of them, minus 1 AP, means that the Razorback has a 4-up save to avoid taking a wound. And it passes. The Tyrannocyte basically can't get a charge in, so we're not gonna, what's the word, charge, because basically we can't. So we're gonna move on to Space Marines turn 2. Space Marine's going to stay there, otherwise it's just going to drive backwards and that would be a bit boring, I think. So staying there, so that's movement done, and then taking shots. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s with the las cannon, both hit, wounding on 3s, and wow, double 6s again. And basically, what is it, no saves with these, so basically D6 wounds now, going to be taken off, 2d6 actually, taken off the Tyrannocyte. It's on 9, so let's see how many wounds this really hurts, by the way. Those las cannons. 3, 2, 5. So the Tyrannocyte down to 4 wounds now in turn 2. So that's the Razorback's finished its shooting. So yeah, let's move on to Tyrannocyte turn 2. With only 4 wounds left, it gets a 4-inch move. It moves into its like lower movement bracket. So where's that get us? That gets us to here. probably not a very easy charge to make actually when it comes to it. I reckon a 10 would get us in. So yeah, we're going to go into shooting now. 15 shots at the Razorback. Because it's lower now on wounds, it doesn't actually have its ballistic skill affected, the Tyrannocyte. So yeah, we're still hitting on 5s. Got a few through there, and we're also going to be wounding on 5s. 2 of them. -1 AP means that the Razorback gets 2 4-up saves. Both passed. So with that, we're on to the Tyrannocyte. Going to declare a charge, I think, on the Razorback, because quite frankly it needs to get into close combat, otherwise it's getting splattered. So here we go. Needs a 10. Oh, nope. So with that, the Razorback has not yet lost a wound. We're on to turn 3. And the Space Marines turn 3. So 2 shots into the Tyrannocyte, trying to finish it off. Going to be hitting on 3s. Both hit. Going to be wounding on 3s. Whoops. 1 passed, 1 failed. 4 wounds left. No save. So D6 wounds. Let's see. Is it dead? No, just 1 wound off. Interesting. So that's down to 3 wounds, and it's probably going to get into close combat this next turn. So, Tyrannid's turn 3, and with 3 wounds left, its characteristic moves down even further, and it only actually gets a 2-inch move. So, again, as I said, I know this is not what Tyrannocytes are for. This is just like a run the simulation, see what happens. So, which is kind of what these face-offs are all about. So yeah, let's do the shooting with 15 dice again, and then charge it if we can. So 15 shots, still hitting on 5s, which is pretty good to be honest. I mean, it's on. It can't move far, but it can still shoot quite accurately. So hitting on 5s. 9 of them actually hit, which is mathematically improbable. So yeah, now we're going to be wounding on 5s. Ooh, how many? 3, 4? Cool. So we've got 4 saves to be made by the Space Marine. So these are on a 4-up, otherwise it starts to lose wounds. And it's lost a wound. Woohoo! Finally. Down to 9 wounds now, the Razorback. Still only 3 wounds left on the Tyrannocyte. But yeah, that's the shooting over. Let's try and charge it. So we've moved up 2 inches from before, so we need an 8 to get in. And we've got it. So Tyrannocyte finally into close combat with the Razorback. However, I honestly think that it's on so few wounds that it probably gets less attacks and may not actually be that effective. So yeah, let's do the attacks on the Razorback. So with only 3 wounds left, it only gets 1 attack. If it's full wounds, it gets D6 attacks. Let's see what D6 looks like. So it could have had 4 attacks. But yeah, it's only got 1 attack. It hits on 5s, which it succeeds. And it has strength of only 3 when it's on 3 wounds. That is a pretty sad state of affairs. The toughness is 7. So it needs a 6 to wound. Let's see if we can get another one. And that's failed, unsurprisingly. Razorback's still pretty healthy there, to be honest, and that gets 3 attacks. However, it only hits on 6s. So here we go. 1 got through, and it's strength 6 against toughness 6, so we're looking at 4s to wound. And it's succeeded. 4-up save for the Tyrannocyte here. And it's passed, actually. Okay, cool. This could be a long time. We move now on to the Space Marines. Turn 4. Okay, let's see the Space Marine attack. 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Okay. None of them. So 1 attack for the Tyrannocyte, hitting on 5s. Nope. Okay. We move on to the Tyrannocyte's turn, hitting on 5s. Okay, that's hit. Because it's so weak now, it's going to wound on a 6. And that's failed. And now the Razorback gets to hit back. I might have to call a truce here. So hitting on 6s. None of them. Okay. So that was very ineffective close combat, as you might expect. I'm going to move on to turn 5, and if nothing gets popped here, I'm going to call it a day, I think. So Tyrannocyte, what is it? 1 attack, hitting on a 5. Nope. Space Marine tank, hitting on a 6. Woohoo, we got one! Wounding on a 4. Boo! Now the other one's turn. Space Marine hitting on 6s. Oh, 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. 1 got through. And now 4 up safe at the Tyrannocyte. Otherwise it's got 2 wounds left. That's failed. Cool. So that's down to 2 wounds. There we go. Now the Tyrannocyte with its 1 attack hitting on 5s. Last action of the game, and it misses. Okay, so on turn 5, I think we're going to call that a victory to the Razorback. We could be here all day, and I'm just rolling dice, and it wouldn't be very interesting to play or to watch, to be honest. So I think here the outcome is, unsurprisingly, las cannons rule. Tyrannocytes, I mean, they're transporters with some guns, like as a bonus extra. They're not really intended to be a damage dealer, especially against tanks. But the Razorback did really well, to be honest, taking all those wounds off the Tyrannocytes, taking 10 off it. But you know, that might be a different story with heavy bolters, to be honest. While these are both 6 power level, the addition of the las cannon does put it quite high in points. It's 120 points. Tyrannocyte's 95, so. Yeah, the las cannon's not really affecting the power level, but affecting the points. So maybe I could have given them a couple of gene stealers to jump out of there or something. Yeah, so there we go. That was that 40k Faceoff, the transport special. I'm not in any great rush to do any other transport specials because they're not the most action-packed of entities in the 40k universe. So. Yeah, that's that. If you would like to see any 40k face-offs of anything in future, any models that you've seen that I've got in the previous ones, then, leave a comment saying what you'd like to see. So yeah, that's that. Thank you for watching 40k face-offs on Peacetime Painting. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you liked and things, and if you're not subscribed, cool. Thanks for watching and have a good day.